Hi there, my name is Ed. I'm a slow sewing friend, and today I have another sewing friend with me.
Hi, I'm Rose.
So, we're going to talk about the October 2025 sewing pattern subscriptions. All right, first up is the Cashmerette Club. This month, they have come out with the Rhinecliff overalls. Finally, overalls designed for big boobs. The Rhinecliff overalls feature a game-changing darted lined bib in cup sizes C through H that eliminates gaping and gives you that classic overall look without battling your curves. It's designed for all-day comfort, and it has a relaxed straight leg silhouette, elasticated back waist, a convenient side zip, and it delivers the authentic overall vibe with 5-pocket styling. There's also top stitching and the signature buckle overall straps. This is perfect for mid-weight wovens like denim or canvas, and these are the overalls that you have been waiting for that are finally designed to work with your body. This comes in Cashmerette's typical size range, so that's a full bust of 33 to 62 inches, again multi-cup, waist 25 to 52, and hips 35 to 62. We'll cover some fabric recommendations as we go on, but Rose, hot take.
So I appreciate that I can actually cover my chest rather than it look like a little square in the middle, right, where nothing is covered. I like the idea of the elastic in the back to actually hug your curves, but it isn't a traditional look. So that's going to take some getting used to. I'm used to it just kind of hanging, which is what you expect, but also not very flattering. So,
right, do you want to look good? Or do you want to look classic?
Yeah, it's a little different. It'll take some getting used to. I'll get over it. The one thing I think I'm going to miss with these is I actually love the look of the button plackets on the side rather than the side zip, even though it's a pain in the butt to get in and out of them. I like how they look. So it's either ease of entry exit or the look of the buttons. So I would have to.
Could you do faux? Could you do a faux placket?
If
you still wanted the side zip, I feel like you could fake it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way. I haven't thought about it, but that's that was kind of the one thing that it kind of was okay, where do I put the hardware, right? Because one of the things about good overalls is all the little metal brackets and everything, and that's kind of missing from the versions in the sample, but I think that that's something that could easily be added. And then I did read in the intro that they actually have 2 pants versions, a regular and one with a 1-inch full bum adjustment.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I'm really excited about that. I don't usually need that, but my sister and a couple of friends would need that, and I could just see that making things a lot easier.
Yeah. I really liked this. I'm not usually an overall person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find myself just wishing I could wear overalls. But what I did really like about this is that this looks like an apron bib. An apron bib that won't look so boxy, and that you could actually put an apron on and look kind of cute in an apron. So I was excited about that. And the other thing that I really like about Cashmerette, particularly with, I'll say this, as you talked about hardware, there are whole pattern kits from Core Fabrics. So the pattern kits and Core Fabrics, that is the special fabric discount this month. So if you're a Cashmerette Club member, you get 15% off of Core Fabrics. And so you can get a whole kit that will have the elastic, it'll have the fabric, it'll have the hardware, all bundled in one.
Oh, I've never done that. And I'm a Cashmerette member. I know.
What?
I haven't been using it. But I did just think about something. We're talking about an apron bib. Because of the darted bodice to fit the bust, it will actually curve to you. So if you're cooking or anything, it will actually be against your skin and it won't fall in between the gaping or anything. Yeah, that was a good idea.
So,
very hackable. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to make overalls, but I can see myself making an apron.
Well, even I'm sure you can swap it out with some other skirt or something, and you have a really cute pinafore. Yeah.
One of their testers did a pinafore, an overall pinafore that looked very cute because she was like, I don't wear pants. Those are leg prisons.
So, yeah. Fair. No, it's very cute.
But okay, Anything else to go over? Just if you make this, you will need some extra notions, really similar to making jeans. So you'll want a jean needle, top stitching thread, elastic, and then as we talked about, that hardware. And those are the Rhinecliff overalls. Up next, the Charm Patterns Patreon first pattern of the month, which is the Lorelei gown. Because sometimes you need to turn heads and steal the spotlight. The Lorelei gown is inspired by the unforgettable red sequin showstoppers worn by Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes from 1953. And it is an extra special knit dress, just, for those occasions that like we're all going to on a regular basis. So this is, I made another Spinal Tap reference today, but this is glamour dialed up to 11.
Oh, yeah.
So this dress goes to 11. It is sculptural and curve hugging with radiating darts along the hip. How many darts is it?
48.
Yeah. Yes. It has a deep V insert at the neckline with an oh so sexy sheer option and a dramatic skirt slit. There is a clever built-in panty and bust cups that ensures everything stays right where it should. You can choose between 2 skirt lengths and 2 slit heights to match your mood. You can go for the long train with a high slit for a bit of daring, or you can keep it knee length with a modest slit for more mystery. I'm sure you could wear this to work. So whether you're channeling old Hollywood at a gala event or making your own star debut in the produce aisle, this gown delivers pure red carpet magic anywhere. It is in Charm's full size range, so that's a full bust of 30.5 inches to 62 inches, and these are cup sizes. It's a multi-cup size pattern. The waist is 24 to 56 inches, and the hips are 36 to 64 inches. We'll go over the fabrics as we discuss this because it feels intense, but all right, Rose, hot take.
Okay, so it is definitely not an everyday dress. But I was actually really interested in the illusion panel. So I've never sewn an illusion panel before. So that is, that would be a skill level upgrade. We did mention the 48 darts, and we're still trying to figure out how that added up. Like, is it the lining? Is there like 4 layers that all have darts that just, I'm still trying to figure out where all those darts are.
Well, on the line drawing, all of the lines, I'm wondering if all the lines on the, like, right above the slit,
the skirt,
those are all darts.
Not pleats. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think those are all darts.
And a knit fabric. Anyways, yes.
You'll get really good at sewing darts in a knit fabric.
Yeah.
If you struggle with darts, you could sew this dress and then you'd be good at it.
Yeah.
The way you get better is you do it.
Yeah, queen of darts. Yeah. It looks very time intensive. It says that there's going to be 4 different types of stretch fabric, so we'll talk about that later. I do think it is really hackable. I didn't read the full description about the panty or the bust cups. So I would think that I had originally thought, very hackable for cosplay. That's even more hackable for cosplay because it's already got all of that support. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because then you can just really alter it and not have to worry about if you're a cosplayer, like undergarments and things can always like pop up and ride up and we don't expect it. But if everything's already in the gown, you don't have to worry about that.
I didn't realize.
Yeah. And then I liked the skirts. I really do. I guess the darts, not the pleats. But then I did think that the less risque slit and the midi size length, if done right, you could make it an actually acceptable to wear at work.
Girl, are you gonna wear this to work?
I know you said, wear that to work. I'm like, what? You can if you make it out of like a ponte, right? Like a black ponte.
What are you gonna do with the illusion panel? Does
Well,
that
no, I was
stay,
just
like,
thinking.
what?
I was just thinking I could throw on an elastic waistband, and then that would make like a really nice when I want to get dressed up for work skirt.
There's for me, there's no one at work that I want to get that dressed up for.
What, you don't want to get dressed up for yourself?
Like I'll be there, but
anyways, so that's what I thought it would.
I don't know if I'm worth 48 darts.
Anywho, I did think it would be great as a hackable, and then one of the skirts could be a dressy everyday basic.
Fair.
For me.
Okay, if you are thinking of making this, you will need some fabric, and you're going to need, I'll say, a selection of fabric. So for the outer fabric, you are looking at knits with 25 to 50% stretch width-wise on the grain and very little stretch or zero stretch lengthwise. So interlock, ponte, double knits, stretch velvet. Stretch velvet would probably be really good. Stretch sequins, ITY, and wool knits. For the lining fabric, similar stretch as main, but thinking soft interlock, ponte, double knits, and ITY. If you are doing the sheer center front panel, you'll want nylon or polyester power mesh with 50 to 70% stretch and about 10% spandex. If you're choosing a nude, the nude illusion look, you'll want to do power mesh that's similar to your skin tone, so whatever your nude is. You could do stretch lace or stretch tulle as well. And as a note, power mesh is a lightweight fabric and power net is not the same. But speaking of power net, that is what you will need for underlining. And so you'll want medium weight or regular or heavyweight firm power net with 10 to 25% spandex. Wovens and stretch wovens are not recommended. And then you'll want to check for notions as well, because there are some extra notions in there, particularly as you're thinking about all of that structure for bust cups and the built-in panty. So you will have a shopping list.
Yeah, and then I can just see if you're stitching through 4 different types of knit fabric, you're probably going to want like a bulk order of ballpoint needles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agree. So add that to the notion list too. Are you going to make this?
I actually really do love the skirt. But now that I know they're darts, I'm like on the fence. But
I mean,
like,
I don't.
treat yourself.
I'm guessing that those are darts.
No, they probably are. I mean, if we know Gertie, like they're darts.
They're darts. Yeah. They're darts. I probably won't make this. I don't have anywhere to wear it, but I'm excited for you. The second pattern this month from Charm Patterns is the Dolly bell bottoms, and I'm so excited. Okay, so the Dolly bell bottoms are here to steal the show. The Lorelei gown was to steal the spotlight. The bell bottoms are to steal the show. Just want to make sure we know the difference here. So these are inspired by Dolly's iconic stage looks, and these knit wonders feature curve-hugging princess seams and pant legs so big they practically deserve their own zip code. And I agree. The size range is waist 24 inches to 56 inches and hips 36 to 64 inches. For fabric, it is knit, so 25 to 40% stretch widthwise and very little stretch on the lengthwise grain. So we're looking at ponte, double knits, and stretch denim. The pant legs need structure for the flare, so drapey jersey or rayon stretch knits are not going to be what you want here. There is some interfacing involved, so a medium weight knit or tricot interfacing, and then there is underlining in the waistband, and you will want a power net for that. And in the same way that power mesh is not unacceptable, that power net can't be substituted for power mesh, you do not want to use power mesh for this underlining. You want to make sure that it is specifically a power net, which does feel more substantial in, I'll say, its compressive capabilities.
Yeah, it will actually operate as a waistband.
Yes, it will actually operate as a waistband for you. Yeah, so I'm excited about these. This was my silhouette. As soon as I saw these, I went to our sewing group and I said, oh my gosh, I don't want to be dramatic, but this is a silhouette I love. I absolutely love high volume, I'll say, looks, and this can be a high volume look.
So this would not be a everyday piece for me. I know. I do love it when like Gertie throws in an extra pattern in the middle of the month. I don't know. It's like a little treat.
It is.
I would say the pant leg, the opening is way too wide for every day for me. I would trip. I am the most uncoordinated person in our group, so I know I would fall. But I could see sewing these for my EDM shows.
Ooh.
Right? I could get some really pretty, like sparkly metallic stretch knit and just rock the crap out of these pants.
I mean, like you could do like a cylinder rainbow around your body because of the princess seams.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for it. Like costume, definitely not day to day. I know it's knit pants, and just out of principle, pants should have pockets. And
That's what I was thinking too.
But they're knit. So I have never seen knit pockets look good without it making bulk. So I'm like, I'm not too angry about it, but I still think they should have pockets.
Particularly with the princess seams, you know what? The Seamwork Nash flare has princess seams, and they do a pocket, and they do a folded, kind of in the same way the Closet Core Pietras do a pocket.
Like a little,
it's like it's long, and then it folds up, and it creates the pocket that way. So I think, I did look at those and think that I'm adding pockets.
Yeah, it needs some pockets, but I don't.
I'm a millennial. I need my phone to be.
I'm trying not to be mad at
with me at all times, but that's easy because they already have the seams in there. Like that kind of pocket is a really easy addition.
And then the thing that kind of made me pause is I have never made pants with a back zipper. So I thought that was interesting. So if I made these, I would probably do a side zipper. If I was going for like more of like the festival, not day-to-day wear. But if I decided I wanted to wear massive bell-bottom jeans as a day-to-day wear, I would try to hack like a basic fly on the front.
That's what I was thinking, because these are in a stable knit. Could you do a fly front?
Yeah, I mean, they've got those like super stretched skinny jeans that we all wore like 5 years ago. They had buttons, they had zippers.
So I think, I will totally make these at some point. I don't know when. But to the pants, I'm thinking we're adding pockets. We may even add back pockets, because there's no back pockets on these either. And then also thinking we're adding either a faux fly front or something on the front. That would just make...
You could just do the top stitch and throw a button on and pretend like you have a...
I think that would make me more comfortable. Okay. It's just having something on the front instead of like just straight seam. Good luck.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna wear these with my brightly colored Crocs platforms. It's gonna be a great day. They're gonna be awesome. I have some floral stretch denim that I got in, the Joann's closing sale.
Okay.
I think it was like a Lucky Brand, like stretch denim. So that could be a possibility.
Yeah, very 70s.
I was initially thinking like they were going to be maybe like a jacket and a pants set, but those flares are so big that it might just take up the whole thing.
You know that Gertie released a year or two ago, that like front tie blouse with these pants? Yeah. I
mean, or I could just do like a full denim, stretch denim jumpsuit.
Hey, what is it? The Canadian tuxedo is acceptable now by style standards, so you do you.
Very, very trendy. Very trendy.
Yeah.
So, it could be so in.
You know what's so funny is like you're so excited about these bell-bottom pants, and I'm like so excited to wear that ridiculous skirt every day.
So this month I think Charm did really well.
We're both happy.
Hitting a real range of styles and personalities with their patterns. So we'll come back to you on how each of these went. This month, Closet Core Crew is continuing its traversal of fashion decades, kind of, with the Donna bodysuit, which is taking us again to the 90s, the same decade as the Chloe jeans that they released earlier this year, as if other decades don't exist. I'm fine. Anyways, so the Donna bodysuit celebrates the iconic minimalism that defined the 90s. They wanted to create a bodysuit that embodies Donna Karan's revolutionary approach to modern dressing, pieces that work seamlessly from day to night, offering both comfort and sophistication. As a side note, based on magazines that I read when I was younger, I thought I would have a lot more day to night.
Oh yeah,
like experiences.
Yeah, throw on some sequins and some earrings, and you can go from the office to the club. Right?
Yeah,
because we all do that.
I do that never. But okay, this isn't your basic bodysuit. Donna features a striking angled square neckline with a clean, invisible elastic finish to help hold its shape, a signature detail that adds architectural interest while framing your beautiful face. This is the kind of versatile piece that becomes a true wardrobe staple. It's something you'll reach for again and again, whether you're building a capsule wardrobe or just want a versatile layering piece, and you will love pairing it with all the bottoms and jackets in your closet. So there are two views of the Donna. Both versions have the signature square neckline with clean finish, slim fitting set-in sleeves, and low cut leg options finished with elastic for all day comfort. And there's a snap closure at the crotch for easy wear, and there's an integrated shelf bra, which is nice. View A features full-length sleeves ending at the wrist, and View B features more casual vibes with elbow-length sleeves hitting just below the elbow. Ideal for warm weather, or if you want to show off statement accessories.
You seem like you're so sold on this.
It also comes in a size range. It comes in Closet Core standard size range. Full bust 31 inches to 60 inches, the waist 24 inches to 53 inches, and the hips 33 to 63 inches. My hot take is lukewarm, but tell us about your hot take.
Okay, so I really, really love the neckline. So when the Wanted Tee was popular about like 2 years ago, I made so many of those. But it's actually, like, to me, I consider it kind of a bit harsh because you're literally framing your chest and your face. And I thought with the way that they have kind of rounded the square, that it kind of softens it a little bit.
Is it like a squoval?
I don't know. I like that word though.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, rounded square. It's like squoval.
Yeah. So I think it just brings a little bit of softness to it, but still giving you, that focus that you're looking for. And then I haven't looked at the pattern instructions yet, but I'm hoping that the pattern has a long torso adjustment. I'm sure that'd be really easy, but that's one of the reasons why a lot of off-the-shelf bodysuits don't work for me, is because you're like crouching down like this, or you're giving yourself a wedgie. So I'm excited about that. I'm actually a little disappointed by the lack of thong option. I know I am one of the, I don't know, it's like either heads or tails. You either like thongs or you don't. But I think with bodysuits...
Well, I mean, that makes two of us.
Yeah, okay.
For a bodysuit.
Yeah, so...
I think it could look really sleek under, like, leggings or slim-fitting trousers, but that's just what you want, is a bodysuit with an elastic finish giving you this gorgeous visible panty line.
Yeah, it might be a little bit bulky. So I'm going to try to hack that and see if I can turn it into... a thong pattern. And then Closet Core came out with the Netty bodysuit, I don't know, 5-10 years ago. I've had the pattern, I've never used it. But I think this one is a much more like approachable basic. I think if it's done right, this would be a really good, even just a basic t-shirt block. I didn't know about the shelf bra, that those don't usually work for me. So if there's a way for me to adjust that, I probably would. But I'm actually really excited. I love the neckline, so I would just try this. Probably even make it as a shirt and not a bodysuit.
And that's one of the things they recommended, is that if you don't like bodysuits, you can just cut it off and do a t-shirt, like hem it. I thought the fit looked interesting on their curve model. I looked at the armpits, and it just looks like the fit doesn't look comfortable there, or it looks like there's just too much fabric, or the arm size is too low. I thought that was an interesting choice for your product photo. So yeah, I'm interested to see you make it and see how it fits. I don't know if they do a torso, if they have a long torso piece.
I mean, it'd be pretty easy to make that adjustment, but it would be nice to see anyone making a bodysuit or encouraging you to sew a bodysuit, like actually recognizing the wedgie factor.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been more impactful to have view be
the thong
view.
Yeah,
because it feels a lot easier to just cut off a sleeve
Yeah.
or extend a sleeve.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed by the few options. But
it feels harder to make a well-fitting thong bodysuit
Yeah.
and a well-fitting full coverage one.
Yeah.
So, notes for next time. But if you are interested in making the Donna, the fabric you'll want is a mid-weight stretch knit fabric with excellent recovery and at least 50% crosswise stretch. So a rib or jersey spandex knit in cotton, viscose, and bamboo blends. It would be great. And I will say Closet Core gives a lot of support for their crew patterns. So be sure to check out their YouTube channel, and they have a lot of blog posts about their crew patterns as well that will have tutorials. I think for this one, they had one about top stitching knits, and I don't know if they have a full sew along, but I know on the crew page for the month, there's a ton of stuff on there. They featured like an interview that they found with Donna Karen that, you know, they liked and thought was indicative of the time. There's a playlist that you can go listen to and all sorts of stuff. So they do really like to lean into their theme of the month, which is fun. The first Seamwork pattern this month is the Cosmo collared blouse. It's a chic pullover top with just the right balance of ease and shaping. Designed with a flattering V neckline and a soft flat lay collar, Cosmo is semi-fitted through the body with bust darts and gentle elastic at the back waist for a comfortable tailored feel. Gathered sleeves with elastic hems add a touch of volume and detail, while the center front seam and double fold hem keep the finish clean and polished. Easy to style tucked into trousers paired with skirts or worn loose with jeans, Cosmo is a versatile piece you'll want to sew in multiples for year-round wear. The size range for the Cosmo is Seamwork's standard size range, so a full bust of 32 to 60, and they come in 2 cup sizes, I think a B cup and a D cup. The waist is 24 inches to 53 inches, and the hips are 34 inches to 64 inches. All right, Rose, hot take.
So the base pattern looks very familiar. Like I've seen this before multiple times. So I wasn't really excited at first glance because I think I've seen this before.
I just do we all own the Friday Pattern Company patina blouse?
I do not.
Or the Simplicity?
Yeah, it seems like it's a kind of a repeat. So nothing that I was really excited about, but the back gathering. I love the back gathering. So I usually don't put a lot of wearing ease in my garments. I like things to be a little bit tighter. And the fact that there was an option to take it in and give me a little bit more shaping and still be a breathable, loosey, blouse, I was excited about that. And I've always thought about adding a gathered anything to the back of blouses, but I've never seen it done. And so now I have a pattern and instructions that will show me how to do that. So depending on how it looks in the instructions, I think I can take that skill and transfer it to all of my other blouses that maybe have a little bit too much ease, but that's necessary for maybe slipping it on or whatever.
Yeah.
With that elastic gathering, I can still get a little bit of a semi-fitted look, so be able to slip it on and off, but not lose the intention or the silhouette of the garment. So I'm excited about that. I'm interested to see how other people maybe sew it up because, again, we've seen it everywhere. So I'm not sure if it's going to be something that will be embraced and kind of ran off in the community. But I do think there's a lot of possibilities, especially if the Seamwork block works for you.
Yeah.
And
it's the basic. It's a great basic.
Yeah.
It does have a seam down the front that you may or may not be able to get rid of. I haven't looked at the pattern at all, but if you have a large print pattern or large print fabric that you're looking at using, that could be really great because it is just 2 large pieces and then a back piece. So it could be a good option where you let a print sing.
Yeah, and you don't have to put the collar on either. I'm sure you could adapt the facing and just have a nice little flowy V-neck blouse, and then it wouldn't be the same look as the other blouses we've seen out there. I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't show like a short sleeve option. I know that's kind of like, we were just saying like, oh, the only other option for the bodysuit was long sleeve versus short sleeve. But I'm
Why
like,
didn't they make a thong option of the collared blouse?
well, I just like, I mean, I think they just missed like maybe an opportunity to sew the sample a little bit, maybe throw that in with the member bonus. So I was a little disappointed at that, but it's not completely difficult to shorten that.
I will say, and speaking of the member bonus, there is a member bonus for the Cosmo blouse. So Seamwork does a member bonus each month. They pick one of the two patterns and then create the hack for you. And the member bonus for the Cosmo is to make it a tie front blouse, which, very similar to the base Cosmo, is a look we've seen in quite a few different patterns across, I'll say, multiple places on the internet, either from hack your own or getting it already done for you. But it features two ties on the member bonus. It has a modesty placket at the center front. So that's nice, is that they've added that. Because that was something that I personally don't like about the tie front blouses. That, yes, I'm so cute, but you can also see right through.
Yeah, I didn't even see
the
modesty bodice, so I was like, there's no way I'm wearing that. Yeah.
But yeah, it keeps everything else, so semi-fitted shape, V-neck, flat leg collars, blah, 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 like gathered sleeves, elastic waist. For me, like a V-neck and a collar and ties, that's just a little too cutesy for how I typically show up with my own style. But I could see it working for someone else. It's just not me.
Well, with the modesty panel, like we don't have to stick with the ties. Like I could see it being like elastic rouleau loops and a button down. Like since you've already had the exposed, right, you could just swap out the ties for a button. So that would be cute, something different, right? I don't think
you could do like a whole corseted look.
I've got the elastic in the back, just going all the way around. No, completely change the silhouette. But I think that there are definitely like even though it looks familiar, I think there are still some positives and still a way to incorporate this pattern into your closet. So I wouldn't dismiss it completely. I think there's definitely something you can learn from that pattern.
And especially, as you said, if the Seamwork block works for you, like amazing. This is so great. All right, last thing on the Cosmo blouse. If you are looking to sew it, here's the fabric you'll need. Light to medium weight woven fabrics, thinking shirting, chambray, linen blends, flannel, lawn, voile, rayon challis, rayon crepe, tencel poplin, tencel twill, and a silk crepe if you're really looking for a challenge. The second pattern from Seamwork this month is the Brom pleated sleeve shirt dress. It's a refined take on the classic shirt dress designed with tailored details and a striking sleeve silhouette. Fitted through the bodice with bust and waist darts, Brom flows into a paneled A-line skirt that falls just below the knee. A stand collar and button front placket add timeless structure, while the sleeves bring unexpected drama, featuring an inverted box pleat at the cap and a deep knife pleat at the hem, secured by buttons for sculptural volume. Polished yet distinctive, Brom is the perfect piece for days when you want your handmade wardrobe to feel truly elevated. This is in Seamwork's full size range, so full bust 32 inches to 60 inches, waist 24 inches to 53 inches, and hips 34 inches to 64 inches. For fabric, you're going to want to look for stable, medium weight woven fabric. So linen blends, sateen, chambray, shirting, quilting cotton, rayon, and if you're feeling fancy, brocade, taffeta, or satin. Now, I have thoughts on this, but Rose, give us the hot take.
Okay, so I thought the sleeve was really, really interesting. I have never seen something like that. With a lot of these sewing patterns, especially with Seamwork, they release 2 sewing patterns a month. It was nice seeing something completely fresh, something new that I hadn't seen in their patterns before. So that was nice. I feel like with the darts and the seam lines and just kind of the basic of the bones, it's a very hackable pattern. Like I feel like I could take the sleeves off and put it on something else, or I could change the skirt. The fitting would be a little bit easier because of the darts and the waist. The sleeve line and the shoulder, I'm a little apprehensive about that. Like I feel like
It looked weird.
I feel like the
It looks-
cap is a little off.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just because of the garment or the models. So, maybe that's necessary for the ease of the sleeve. Again, because we've never seen a sleeve like this. We don't know what the arm side would look like, what the cap would look like. So that just has me a little concerned about just like maybe movement.
Because like I want a puff sleeve, not a puff bicep.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, I think it's worth playing around with. I think there's a lot of unknowns because we've never seen this before.
Yeah.
So that's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just something to think about. I haven't read the instructions yet, and I'm a little interested to see, they said the knife pleat on the sleeve hem with the buttons, and there is no cuff and there's no placket. So I don't know how they would reinforce those buttons. And so I'm thinking, again, I haven't read the instructions. I don't know how complicated sewing that will be, and I move my arms quite a bit, so I could see possibly some pulling and maybe the sleeve sitting differently, and then even possibly like pulling at the buttons. But again, like I would probably, even if it wasn't in the instructions, I would probably do extra interfacing and reinforcement just because I would flail my arms around and pop a button. And yeah
I have a sneaky feeling that the instructions will tell you to hand finish that sleeve. And they're going to want you to like do a double fold up to reinforce it with interfacing, and then they're going to tell you to hand stitch it in a circle.
I have to look at that.
And I feel like I'm going to look at that and be like, we don't do that here.
I noticed one big thing that this dress is missing.
Oh no. What
Pockets.
is it? Yeah, pockets.
There are no pockets. I think that's another missed opportunity. But again, because of the seams, I think that'd be really easy to pop in seam pocket, or
do like cute little patch pockets between the
I
princess
think
seam,
I
like
think there
the
could be
A-line skirt.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of options here. Very hackable, good base pattern. I'm excited about the sleeve, but also apprehensive.
Yeah. As a downer, I'll say I looked at this and I actually think it is really cute. I like it a lot. I'm very interested in the sleeve. I think the pleat at the cuff like genuinely looks interesting. Couple things I was disappointed about. One, they've sewn up one of the samples in black. So it just makes it really difficult to see all the details and the seam lines and where the shoulder is hitting on those sleeves. Even though it's in black on one of the images, there is still some weird shoulder pulling on that model. So definitely wondering if that is because of the weird sleeve that's hitting past the shoulder. I'm also surprised that they are releasing this shirt dress in October instead of in September. So that you could have used it for Shirtwaist September. Seamwork is a community, and I know they pay attention to the sewing community, so wouldn't that have been really cool to release that and then say, hey, participate in Shirtwaist September and you can do it by sewing our September pattern. So I think that to me felt like kind of a miss. Okay, I think October was a really good month.
I agree. Yeah. Initially I was a little disappointed, but like as I've gotten them, especially with like the Dolly, and I started looking around, and then, having to kind of prep and review all of these actually has me excited to sew up the patterns for once, because I tend to just get them and not use them. No. So I am excited. I would think the one that I will probably sew first is going to be the Donna bodysuit. I think I will definitely, at a minimum, I know I will make the t-shirt, because I think that is like a good base layer for work, especially with winter coming up. Make that long sleeve, and then it'd be nice to wear underneath things, and then and
it feels like it's double layer on the front. Like it's got to be double layer on the front.
Well, with the built-in bra, like it has to be. So I think it'll be I think it'll be a really nice layer. Even if I have to adjust it for the thong. I think the next one is the first skirty one, the fancy one. Is that the Lorelei?
The Lorelei. Oh my gosh.
When I first looked at it, I was like, there's no way I will ever use this pattern, like unless I get invited to a gala or something. But like the more and more I looked at that skirt, I'm like, you know what, I would make that skirt, and I would wear it to work. I am the most overdressed person at work, though, so like take that Okay, so, yeah, I think second place is the I'll turn the skirt of the Lorelei into a skirt for work.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Because I looked at that dress and I was like, I am not a donor of any organization at a level that I will need this. But okay, for me, we know what the first one is. Those bell bottoms. That is like, get that on the cutting table, get like right away. I have fabric for it. I probably have like secondary backup fabric for it. So like, yeah, we're making that. And then the second one is the Brom shirt dress.
Okay.
I really like that sleeve. I think it's super interesting. I think there are just some things that, like, would I prefer a stand and a collar? Yeah, probably. I think there's some hackable things there. But I just, in the same way that I love the bell bottoms for the volume on the bottom, I love the Brom shirt dress for the volume on the top.
Okay. I'm kind of, that's kind of surprises me about
me
the
too.
Brom. Yeah. Hey, that's all right. I'm glad.
And like, I mean, third are the overalls, specifically because I want to make like a Christmas apron.
Yeah, I'm glad, like, I wouldn't say I'm not eager to make them, but I'm glad that I have the option to make them. And it was a gap in my wardrobe that I didn't really think about before. And then seeing the bust shaping and everything, and now I'm like, oh, so if I had that, all of these things wouldn't have been happening when I was wearing my other overalls. And like, my sister can actually wear these because Cashmerette, fits her really, really well, and like other overalls would never fit her. So it's they addressed a gap in the basics, and I didn't think that I even needed it. And now I think it's a necessity eventually, just not.
And I'm like, my need for overalls is for gardening, and my gardening is actually trying to cut down a blackberry thicket in like our backyard. So it's it's very slim, my need for overalls. But an apron, I could see myself doing that around Christmas time and making myself a fun little Christmas apron.
Well, I mean, if you made an apron, it's got all those pockets, you could add even more pockets, and then it could be your sewing apron.
Yeah. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, let us know what patterns you saw this month that you're really excited about, and if there's any other pattern subscriptions that we should know about and add into our little review process. We also want to hear about them, because I feel like we're hitting the big ones, but I'm just never sure if we're hitting all of them, and I would love for our, I'll say, pattern roundup to be comprehensive. So with that, I think time for us to sign off. We will hopefully at some point come back to you with an update on how our October sewing plans or sewing pattern went.
Yeah. And then I do have a long dormant YouTube channel. I've rebranded it Unpixing. So yeah, my goal is, if I make the Donna bodysuit and I can figure out how to do a thong conversion, I will probably put that out there. But
do that so I can use it.
I gotta dust off the YouTube a little bit. So
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one. Happy sewing. Bye.